Garner Ranch, one of Southern California's largest working cattle ranches, is located in spectacular Garner Valley, nestled in the San Jacinto Mountains and bordered by a national forest. The Pacific Crest Trail, which extends from Canada to Mexico, winds along the top of the eastern mountains bordering this pristine valley.
To think about it was like a movie.
It's a very unique community. The last place you'd expect.
Once known as Hemet Valley, then Thomas Valley, and now Garner Valley, its earliest inhabitants were the Cahuilla Indians, known as California's desert people, who ventured into cooler climate, escaping the Coachella Valley heat. The average temperatures in Garner Valley is approximately 20 degrees cooler than Palm Desert. Charles Thomas followed the migration of the Cahuillas into the valley and began raising thoroughbred horses and Angus cattle in the 1860s. Many of the Cahuillas worked on Thomas's ranch. Among the most famous were Juan and Ramona Lubo, whose life story would be later immortalized in Helen Hunt Jackson's famous novel, Ramona. In 1905, Robert F. Garner purchased 1,700 acres from Charles Thomas, which became known as Garner Ranch. Eventually, Garner Ranch would grow to nearly 9,500 acres of meadows and rolling hills. For the past 100 years, the Garner family has owned the cattle ranch, passing through various generations, from father to son. Robert F. Garner, Jr., and then to grandson, Jack Garner, and great-granddaughter, Mary Elizabeth Meg Garner, who manages the ranch today along with her husband, Ted Johnson, and daughter, Hannah Johnson. Hollywood has always been interested in finding nearby locations that could stand in for far-flung areas across the United States and the world. One Riverside County locale that caught the eye of Hollywood movie makers was the San Jacinto Mountains. The San Jacinto Mountains provided the film industry with a variety of settings, from pine-covered slopes to valleys filled with grass and cattle. There were rustic cabins, old mines, and the small town of Idlewild, which could, in a pinch, stand in for a quaint East Coast hamlet. Surrounded by the San Jacinto Mountains, which are pictorially similar to the San Bernardino Mountains, Garner Valley, and specifically Garner Ranch, much like Big Bear Valley, would also become a film location site for a number of Hollywood famous B westerns. Lake Hemet, which borders along the north end of the valley across from Garner Ranch, is yet another recognizable film locale. Some of Hollywood's western stars, many would ride the range across the silver screen, rescuing starlets and runaway stagecoaches from the outlaws. The characteristic feature of the ranch during the filming years was the white ranch house with a covered porch on the front surrounded by several outlying buildings, barns, and corrals. Some of the series that filmed at the ranch include The Virginian, Fury, Hopalong Cassidy, and 8 is Enough. In 1959, the Garner Ranch was utilized for the opening credits of the ever-popular Bonanza. Although the Ponderosa Ranch house is actually located in Inverness, California, near Lake Tahoe, and much of the filming was done there, the opening scene where the Cartwright family ride down the meadowland into the television screen was actually filmed at the Garner Ranch. In 1968, Jack Garner sold 2,200 acres of the ranch to the Great American Land Company, who began marketing 5-acre parcel retreat escapes. Today that area is known as Garner Valley and is home to many families who relish the sweet smell of pines, the sounds of nature, and star-spangled nights away from city lights. In addition to movies and television series, the ranch has been the location for a wide variety of television commercials, including this memorable ad for the 2004 Chevy Colorado. I love these trucks because I have one. Idlewild and nearby areas of Garner Valley and Lake Hemet have been used for filming since the silent film era. Although most of Cecil B. DeMille's The Squaw Man in 1914 was filmed in Los Angeles and vicinity, footage of cattle on the open range were shot at the H.J. Ranch at King Camp, midway between Idlewild and Garner Valley. In 1961 and 1962, the Elvis Presley musical Kid Galahad was filmed in Idlewild and vicinity. In the 1980s, television series Airwolf and various car commercials have also been filmed in the area. The biker funeral procession from the 1966 film The Wild Angels was filmed in Idlewild and including the Silver Pines Lodge, which was named Hillbilly Lodge at the time of the filming. A number of westerns have been filmed at the Garner Ranch in Garner Valley. 1936 Guns and Guitars, the 1936 Heading for the Rio Grande, the 1950 Storm over Wyoming, the 1949 Brothers in the Saddle, 1949 Raiders of the Range, and others, including Springtime in the Rockies, 1937.
There's a gold mine in the sky far away, and we'll find that you and I some sweet day. There'll be clover just for you down the line, where the skies are always blue, pal of mine. Take your time, old mule, I know you're growing lame, but we'll pasture in the stars when we strike that claim. Then we'll say hello to friends who said goodbye. When we find that long-lost gold mine in the sky.
Lured by the promise of rich gold ore in the nearby Tockwitz mining district, Harold Kenworthy arrived in Hemet Valley, now Garner Valley, in 1896 to establish the mining town he called Kenworthy. It was a thriving community with a store, hotel, school, and post office, and supported a population of 200 for a few short years. A sawmill, an assay office, and a stamp mill were located above the town. However, the mines produced only a fraction of their promised riches, and soon expenses greatly exceeded income. Harold Kenworthy had been a victim of fraud. Old-timers claimed that the ore had been salted. This was accomplished by using a shotgun to shoot gold dust onto the mine walls. He sold his interest in his Corona Mining and Milling Company, for which he had paid over $50,000 for only $10. By 1901, all but a few of the residents had moved on. Nothing remains today at the town site, which lies about 5 miles northeast of this marker.